Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fabulous FRI-YAY broadcast of Miss Hope's Reading Hour. So glad that you all could be here this evening on this wonderful, fabulous FRI-YAY. It's been a really great Friday. Unfortunately, even though we no longer here in Philly have our Friday half day. That was nice while it lasted, but we still have one on Wednesdays. So wherever you are, hopefully you had a really great week in your virtual learning, virtual school. My student friends, my teacher friends, my parent teacher friends, anybody who deals with schools, hopefully you had a great week. Again, as I'm going to say every day, just like I did last month when it was Black History Month, happy Women's History Month to all the moms and the grandmoms and the aunties and the play moms and the people you wish were your mom. Okay, all the women that make an impact in people's lives. Happy Women's History Month, okay? So all this month, many of our books will have to do with amazing women, and we have one today that we will be reading. If you saw the teaser on Facebook and YouTube, so we will be reading that book together. And also, some of our books will have to do with the female and women experience, the women and girl experience. So that's one of the books we are reading today as well. So my friends, what were you thankful for on Thursday? Because remember, in between Wonderful Wednesday and Fabulous Friday is a Thankful Thursday. And every day of the week we can find something to be thankful for. But here on Miss Hope's Reading Hour, we hold Thursday for Thankful Thursday, okay? So, what was I thankful for on Thursday? I will tell you. So, on Thankful Thursday, I did a podcast with my sister, who is a nurse, and it was great. It was so good. A lot of good information from her and her other nurse friend. And I was so excited to do it, and it went really, really well. So that is what I was thankful for on my Thankful Thursday. Hopefully you had some wonderful things to be thankful for on your Thursday, okay? So let us get this part out of the way. You know what Miss Hope has to do, right? The wonderful music that you will hear and the awesome books that we will read today. Unfortunately, Miss Hope and Miss Hope's Reading Hour do not own the rights to the music or the books. But guess what? They are here for your listening and reading enjoyment, okay? So, just had to get that out of the way. So, thank you so much, Simon John 11, for being here with us on Periscope. Just to let you all know, soon Periscope will be going away. Why? Why is Periscope going away? So they are moving all of their stuff over to Twitter. So I have to look into how we do the whole live stream Miss Hope's Reading Hour situation over on Twitter, because I don't want the people who've been watching us on Periscope to miss out on these awesome books, right? So I will let you know when Periscope will formally be no more. And where we will be on Twitter or some other platform, okay? Because we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, and Miss Hope's Reading Hour is on Instagram. My Instagram friends, please don't beat me up, okay? Because on Instagram, I have to upload these videos to Instagram, and I've been tardy with getting them on there because I work for a school and I'm going to school, and I haven't been getting to it. But I have to put action to my intention so I can get all of those books on there for you all as well. Okay? Well, now that we have gotten that out of the way, my friends, we have some awesome books to read today, and I want to introduce them to you. So, our first book, since today is Fabulous FRI-YAY, our first book is called Saturday. We'll see what goes on between this young one and her mom on Saturdays. So this book is by Oge Mora, a Caldecott Honor winner. Remember those medals that we see on those books that I keep telling you? You don't need to be an adult to get one of those books. You just got to write an awesome book. And people read it and say, oh my goodness, we got to give this some awards. So this author and illustrator has won a very prestigious award, which is called the Caldecott Honor. All right, so we will find out what happens with them on a Saturday. And if you saw the teaser, I said, tomorrow is Saturday. Let's fly. Now, why would I say let's fly? Because the amazing woman that we are going to be reading about today, her name is Beverly Bass. And this book is called Me and the Sky. Captain Beverly Bass, Pioneering Pilot. We will find out all that a pilot does and all that they have to learn, and whether it was easy or difficult for her to become a pilot, a pioneering pilot at that. So this book is by Miss Beverly Bass with Cynthia Williams and pictures by Joni Stone. Me and the Sky. And of course, our chapter book, until we're done. I can't say for the month, until we're done, okay? Because you know we finish chapter books, right? Patina! Patty ain't no jump, okay? So we have been learning a lot about Patina. We'll talk about her situation with her coach on the Defenders track team when we get to the book. Because I'll just tell you this, he kind of set her straight. We'll get to it when we get to Patina, okay? Now, let us get to our first book called Saturday by Oge Mora. All right, so this book, I've been ordering a lot of books that have the dust jacket on it. And most of them have looked the same underneath the dust jacket, but this one does not. It's just a picture of our young one and her mom. Very cute little picture. Saturday by Oge Mora. Little Brown and Company. This is a Little Brown and Company book. This morning, Ava and her mother were all smiles. It was Saturday because Ava's mother worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday was the day they cherished. I can imagine. On Saturdays, they zipped to the library for weekly story time. On Saturdays, they lounged in salon chairs and got new hairdos. On Saturdays, they picnicked in the grass for a peaceful afternoon at the park. And on this Saturday, they would also ride the bus across town for a one-night only puppet show. Wow, that is a full Saturday. They said on Saturdays. So maybe some of these things they do, maybe some they don't, maybe they do them all. Oh, these are thick pages. The day would be special. The day would be splendid. The day was Saturday. Look at all the things that they do together. Ava and her mother could hardly wait. They're on their way out the door. They're like, come on, we gotta go. It is Saturday. So zoom, off they went. But when they reached the library, I wonder what happened. Story time was canceled. Oh no, Ava cried. It's canceled, wailed Ava's mother. Let's see what happens with the other stuff. They paused, closed their eyes, and let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Ava, her mother reassured her. Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today is Saturday. That's only one thing. So zoom, off they went. But as they left the salon, I wonder what happened. Let's see. Whoosh! Wait till you see this. Their hairdos were ruined. Oh no! Ava sobbed. Our do's! Boo-hooed Ava's mother. Oh, can you believe that? Oh, all over their new hairdos. Their Saturday do's. That is tragic. They paused, closed their eyes, let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Ava, her mother reassured her. Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today is Saturday. That is tragic. So zoom, off they went. But, oh no, their peaceful afternoon in the park. Oh, what happened? Let's see. Was loud. Oh no, groaned Ava. What did you say? It's too noisy, yelled Mother. Oh, it's a lot of people. All right, so they paused, closed their eyes, and let out a deep breath. "Don't worry, Ava," her mother reassured her. "Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today will be ruined if we miss that bus. So zoom to the extra special one night only puppet show." They went. That's the worst when you see your bus coming and you're like, "Oh no." "We made it," Ava exclaimed as they arrived at the theater. "Thank goodness," Ava's mother sighed in relief. "Hooray for Saturday," they cheered. "Tickets," chirped the lady at the door. Oh, Ava's mother reached into her purse. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. But the tickets weren't there. Oh no. Ava's mother gasped. "I left our tickets on the table." As Ava watched, her mother crumpled. "I've had it," she sighed. "Story time was canceled, our hair was ruined, the park was loud, and now we're missing the puppet show." "I'm sorry, Ava. We looked forward to this all week, and I've messed everything up. I ruined Saturday." Oh, man. Ava was quiet for a moment. Then she closed her eyes and let out a deep breath. "Don't worry, Mommy," Ava reassured her. "Today was special. Today was splendid. Saturdays are wonderful because I spend them with you." So, slowly, hand in hand, off they went. When they reached their apartment door, Ava turned to her mother. She had an idea. "What if we," Ava started. We could," her mother began. I wonder what the idea was. Her mother must have caught on to what she was thinking. Let's see what it is. So they did. Oh, that's cute. They made a puppet show of their own right in their house. What a beautiful day. The end. Oh, that was a great story. Yes, sometimes you're really looking forward to that weekend and that Saturday, and you think it's going to be so awesome and wonderful, and then nothing turns out right. But what I like about this story is that Ava even helped her mom to realize, "I know you planned all this wonderful stuff for us to do, but the most important thing about Saturdays is spending it right here with you, wherever we are, whatever we're doing. What makes it extra special is that I'm spending it with you." So, my friends, think about that this Saturday while you're at home and your moms, and your dads, your brothers, your sisters, whoever it is that you live with or want to spend time with. is there. And let them know that I love doing all of these things, but the most important part of that is that I get to do these things with you. Oh, such a good story. So glad I got to read it with you all. Now, these two books are a part of my latest um, order of books. And I did not expect that book to turn out that way, but had a really good lesson. So, my friends, now we are going to read about Captain Beverly Bass, Me and the Sky. Captain Beverly Bass, pioneering pilot. Let's learn about this awesome woman. And looky. Looks the same underneath the dust jacket, too. Let's see who the publisher of this book is. So this is an Alfred A. Knopf book. That's the name of the publisher. I like the pictures in this book. I looked through this book earlier today, and I was like, I like the pictures in here. They have a lot of movement. Of course, because we're talking about planes. Of course. This is the story that begins with a stubborn little girl with one thing on her mind: flying. She would climb up on her family's washing machine and jump off, her arms outstretched like wings. She fell and bruised her knees, but she climbed right back up and tried again. Her name is Beverly Bass. Ooh, look at her. When Beverly was a baby in a stroller, she squealed and reached with both hands for airplanes flying overhead. When Beverly got a little older, she talked her Aunt Ginger into taking her out to the airport at night to watch the airplanes take off and land. That would be a pretty cool place to take kids to just see them take off and land. When she was a little older still, Beverly asked her daddy if she could take flying lessons when she turned 16. He shook his head. He was sure that flying was only a passing fancy of a little girl with a big imagination. But Beverly would not give up on her dream. Remember the washing machine? She looked up into the sky and knew she had to go there. It was such an unusual aspiration for a young girl that she didn't talk about it much with her friends. But her determination never wavered. So maybe that was her graduating from high school. When she was 19, Beverly decided she could wait no longer. She drove herself to the airport and signed up for flying lessons. Whoa. Pages. Beverly had been flying in airplanes since she was little. Just walking into the small airport terminal in her hometown of Fort Myers, Florida, got her heart beating fast. And when the engines revved and the propellers whirled and the plane began rolling down the runway faster and faster, Beverly's heart swelled up so much she thought it would burst. Wow. Such anticipation. Her heart was pounding the day she climbed aboard the small trainer plane for her first flying lesson. She had no idea her instructor was going to let her hold the controls. She wrapped her hands around the yoke. At last, she was where she dreamed of being all her life, in the pilot's seat of an airplane. Wow, I don't know. I might be a little scared. Miss Hope will fly, but not necessarily a huge fan of flying. Beverly had always been fascinated by how tiny everything looked from an airplane. And it was even more striking when she was the one doing the flying. She gazed down at the tops of trees and at cars so small they looked like toys. She saw houses with tiny swimming pools and tinier people. They flew over the beach. Look, white seagulls floating way down below the plane. Beverly's smile grew so wide that tears came to her eyes. She felt as if she was floating. Wow, look at that. Every time I've been in a plane, that's been the thing I've been amazed by too, how tiny everything was. When she got home that evening, Beverly said to her parents, "I'm going to fly for the rest of my life." She knew what she wanted to do. She was a natural, fearless, confident, and eager to learn. It wasn't long before Beverly was allowed to fly all by herself, with no instructor aboard the plane. When she flew over her house, her mother would run outside and wave. Her parents were proud of their daring daughter. Beverly wanted to do more than just fly for fun. She wanted to be an airplane pilot, the kind who wears a uniform and flies big airplanes filled with people. What an idea! Everybody knew airline pilots were men, not girls. People felt safe in planes flown by men. Who would feel safe with only a girl in the cockpit? This is the way people thought when Beverly was growing up, not so very long ago. It's not a great way to think. Well, let's see what happens with Beverly. But Beverly was stubborn, remember? Remember the washing machine? She kept taking lessons until she got the licenses she needed to fly cargo. Cargo is like the stuff you get from Amazon, all those boxes and things. That's cargo. She took jobs that men didn't want. She took jobs that men left behind when they got better ones. And in this way, she too moved on to better jobs, like flying private planes for businessmen. Look at her in her smart uniform. Again and again, Beverly proved that she could do anything men could do. She showed people that it doesn't take big muscles to fly airplanes. It takes brains and determination. And she had plenty of both. Look at her studying, very studious. At last, her chance came. American Airlines was hiring pilots. In those days, all pilots started out as flight engineers or co-pilots, meaning the pilot's partner. A flight engineer sits behind the co-pilot in the cockpit and ensures that all the systems that make the aircraft fly are working properly. It is a great responsibility. Very few women in the United States had held that position. Would American Airlines trust a 24-year-old woman for such a job? They did. Good job, Beverly. 2 years later, Beverly moved up a seat, right next to the captain of the airplane. She had been promoted to co-pilot and was now one of only a handful of women in the United States who were first officers aboard a major passenger carrier. Wow. A few years after that, Beverly's lifelong dream came true. She moved up once more into the captain's seat. At the age of only 34, Beverly Bass made history as the first woman to ever captain an American Airlines commercial airliner. Wow, look at her in the captain's seat. And when they gave Beverly her silver captain's wings, her heart filled with pride and her eyes with tears of gratitude. So if you ever see the captain of an airplane, they always give them silver wings, like a pin that looks like wings. On one of her first flights as captain, Beverly flew into her hometown airport. The man who had let Beverly hold the controls on her first flying lesson was there to meet her, along with her parents, news reporters, her third grade teacher, her lifelong best friend Laurie, and 100 other people. At her departure, as the jetliner 727 began to roll down the runway, the crowd grew quiet, watching through the big glass window of the terminal. Their heads turned together as the jet rushed past them. Captain Bass eased the throttles forward, and the nose of the plane lifted, and the roar of 100 voices rose with it. Wow, that had to be amazing. For all the people in your hometown to see the first time you're flying a huge plane. The little girl who used to jump off her mother's washing machine grew up to make history. She was the first female captain of an American Airlines B-727 and then of an American Airlines B-767. She was the first female captain of an all-female flight crew for American Airlines and was also the first female check airwoman, teaching other pilots to fly their big aircraft. Wow. She was a co-pilot, then a pilot, then a captain, and now she's teaching other people how to fly those huge planes. Oh, and the little girl who was told that girls can't fly big airplanes, she was the first female to command a Boeing 777, the largest twin jet in the world for an airline. Never let anyone tell you that you can't, Beverly says. Can't is the worst word in the English language. Believe in yourself and know that you can do anything you set your mind to. Beverly's life teaches us that dreams can come true, but not by wishing. Dreams come true through hard work and determination. Her message is simple. No dream is too big. Dream big and soar high. Wow, what an awesome story. The end. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Don't ever let someone tell you that you can't do something. If you have a dream and you work hard and you have determination, you are determined to do it, no matter what anyone says, you can accomplish any goal. Such a wonderful lesson by such an amazing woman, Miss Beverly Bass. So let me show you a few pictures of her. So this picture right here is a picture of Beverly Bass in her captain's uniform. You see the pin on her jacket? Those are her wings. And then, let me see, are there any other pictures? And this is right here. This is a picture of Beverly Bass and her husband. So she's older now, but still an amazing, amazing woman. This is a great book. If you have any young ones who dream about being pilots, whether they're a girl or a boy, this will be a great book for them to read. Me in the Sky, Captain Beverly Bass, Pioneering Pilot. So glad I got to read that book with you guys today, especially on such a clear day as it was outside. Maybe some of you may have been able to see some planes today as you were outside having time to play and get some great fresh air. Now, my friends, Miss Patina, Patty ain't no junk. We are now on chapter 4, I believe. So, let me tell you about what happened. No, chapter 5. Let me tell you what happened in chapter 4 with Miss Patina. So remember, in the beginning of the book, Patina was really in a funky attitude because she came in second in her first track meet with the defenders. And she was in such a funky mood that she wasn't really there for the rest of her team, who still had races to run. So after going to church on Sunday with her mom, who's in a wheelchair because she had to have her legs amputated because of diabetes. She lives with her aunt and uncle, and because her mom being in the wheelchair, she's unable to take care of them. But on Sundays, her and her sister Maddie, they go to church with their mom and spend the day with her, with Momly, their aunt, who's married to their Uncle Tony. And also she's going to a new school because she lives in a new neighborhood, Chester Academy, of which she is not feeling at all. Okay? She's not feeling it. But now that she's back at track practice, her coach is like, yeah, how about we take a jog around the track? So basically, I can talk to you, ma'am. Okay? It's okay to pout. It's okay to be upset about not coming in first. But we are a team and we've got to be there for one another. You can't just decide you want to check out even though you're upset, because you got to be there for the rest of your team. But then the coach introduced her to the relay race with the baton. You ever see, if you watch track and field, that silver baton where there's 4 people running the race and they have to pass it off to one another? Now he wants to start a relay team, a 4x800 meter relay team. And he wants Patina to be one of the girls that's on it. That is where we are in chapter 5, my friends. Let us pick up where we left off. Chapter 5 of Patina. Patty Ain't No Junk by Jason Reynolds. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right. I looked around the circle at all the faces, each one either nodding or smirking. I was cool with running relay, even though I never had before. I've watched it enough times at meets, the Olympic races they showed on TV, the internet clips, to know that all you had to do was take the baton, then run as fast as you could to hand it off to the next person, like passing a collection plate at church. All right, ladies, come this way, Coach Witt called, leading me and the other 3 girls to the outside of the track. She was holding a small radio, one of the old ones with the CD player and a handle, the kind Cotton's grandma got in her kitchen. Witt set it on the track. Then she gave us what I can only describe as an evil grin. Today, I'm going to teach y'all how to dance. Wait, what? Dance? Britt Brat balked. I don't know about them, she thumbed at us, but I already know how to do that. She put her hands together in a single clap, then put them to her chest, palms out, and started shoving the air and a standing push-up like they did on the old school rap videos my father made me watch, Salt and Pepper style. Hey, Deja howled, joining in, dipping low. Go, Deja. Go, Britt Brat. Go, Deja. Go, Britt Brat. It's your birthday, but not really. We at track practice. We at track practice. Track, 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 Crystal chanted. I didn't join them, but their silly dancing definitely helped with the process of pulling me out of my second place slump. Britt Brat's craziness reminded me so much of Cotton's jumping around, clapping, telling me to make sure I'm getting good angles with the phone. This was something Taylor and TT and Becca and all the hair flippers I went to school with couldn't do. What I was missing? What I was missing. Even so, though me and the girls on the track team could kind of relate, I was still the new girl, and I hadn't really gotten close to everybody yet. At least not the vets. My crew were the newbies, and the only one of them I could see breaking out in a full-on dance break was Sonny, which would be the funniest dance break of all time with his lanky self. So I didn't feel like I could really join in. But Britt Brat's goofiness definitely made me feel like maybe I could vibe with them. Maybe next time. Like, maybe the vets were cool. Okay, Coach Witt tried to settle us down and hold in her laughter at the same time. You do know there are other dances that don't involve all that booty action, right? Whatever, Witt. You probably be just like this in the club, Britt Brat said, tapping Deja on the back of her hand. You be going to the club, Witt? Deja asked, smiling all silly. None of your business. And this is not the club. Witt shut them down, shaking her head. Anyway, we're going to learn a different kind of dancing. She pushed play on the radio, and the music came out. The music that came out wasn't classical, but so the track ain't good enough to be a club, but it is good enough to be a ballroom, huh? Crystal jabbed. Ballroom? That's the kind of music it was. All royal sounding, like we were about to witness a prince and a princess have a first dance or something. That's right, Wit said, stepping back and lifting one arm up and the other arm out as if she was being held by someone. Now, this is called the waltz. We all stood there looking at her like she had lost her mind as she lifted onto her tippy toes and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, moving robotically, back, then left, then front, then right, dancing in a square, the violins from the music whining in the background. What y'all waiting for? Wit called out, stepping and sliding, her back stiff as a board. We waiting for you to stop, Crystal said, and I'm waiting on y'all to start, Wit threw right back. 1, 2, 3 forward. I glanced over at the track. The other runners were doing their own thing for the most part. The distance runners were working on pacing. The other 800 runners were running fartleks, working on endurance. And the sprinters, well, specifically Lou and Ghost, they were looking over at us. Smirking. You serious? Brit Brat was asking, almost knowing the answer. As a matter of fact, she didn't even wait for Wit to answer and instead saved herself the frustration by being the trailblazer for the rest of us and getting in position. One arm up, as if she was waiting for someone to grab it and arm wrestle her, and the other arm curved as if wrapped around the waist of somebody else. Someone with a rose in their mouth. Crystal didn't follow. Neither did Deja. But me, I was new. And it didn't seem like a good idea to pop slick on one of the coaches. So I did what I had to do and became a real life dancer. So I did what I had to do and became a real life dance mannequin. As soon as I lifted my arm, I could see Lou and Ghost snicker run down my spine, prickly like ice water. I didn't know if they were really laughing, but I was pretty sure they were. And even if they weren't, I could feel them thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Coach Wit was still counting and pacing, ignoring the fact that Deja and Crystal were holding out. Just do it, Brick Brat groaned at them, so we can get it over with. I just don't see what this has to do with running, Deja said, reluctantly lifting her arms. I want to tell you, but since y'all making me dance alone, I can't, Wit said, batting her eyes, laughter just under her tongue. Crystal threw herself into a lazy karate stance. Very nice. Now, ladies, follow me. And then back to the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, except now we were following with steps. Backwards, left, forward, right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, blah, 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 blah. I muttered to myself, getting that this was what the real fart lickers, Lou and Ghost, were saying to each other, their tongues hanging from their mouths like hounds, mimicking us, me, by doing the robot or something. And Aaron was probably saying something like, you can't win first place being ballerinas, even though this wasn't even ballet. But he was probably right, if he was saying that. I, a second place winner, loser, couldn't win first doing this. I didn't know what kind of training methods Wit had, or what discount aisle Coach found her in, but dancing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Very nice, girls, Wit said, all coachy like this was real practice. Then she sideswiped us. Now pair up. What? Crystal stopped, arms down, head cocked. You always run when the gun goes off. So, I know you ain't deaf, Crystal. Wit was clearly reaching the end of her patient rope. And I couldn't blame her. But I also couldn't blame Crystal for being snappy. This was whack. Pair up. You're going to dance with each other. And you can pout and suck your teeth and whatever else. But if you want to win as a relay team, Wit stopped dancing, folded her arms across her chest. It's your call. Well, no surprise here. I wanted to win. I really wanted to win. And straight up, if Wit told me that having my blood cleaned was the way to win, I would go to dialysis just like Ma. Now, I know that ain't the case, but I'd do it if it was. I glanced over at Brit Brat, nodded. She turned toward me and reached for my hand. Let's just get it over with, she mumbled, facing me but directing her words toward her fellow vets. Crystal and Deja let out loud, breathy huffs and positioned themselves in front of each other. Now, just like before, but this time, guide each other, trust each other. Wit took a pause, inhaled and lifted her arms as if she was conducting an orchestra, and started again with the count. 1, 2, 3. Me and Brit Brat took a step back. Back for Brit, forward for me. It was awkward. Same leg, same motion, same time, Wit instructed. 1, 2, 3. Me and Brit Brat moved left. It was a little smoother. 1, 2, 3. Forward, which was actually backward for me. Not smooth at all. As a matter of fact, Brit Brat stepped on my foot. Good thing she's light. Keep moving. 1, 2, 3. To the right. Decent. And on. But every time we'd make the step forward, which was my step backward, Brit would crush me. Just squash my feet with hers until finally I just couldn't take it no more. You think you could watch your feet, Brit? I said, trying to be as nice as possible. I didn't want her to think I was coming at her or anything. I didn't need no drama. But I did need my toes. I mean, who can run with broken feet? When I said it, I braced myself for a quick, sharp tongue lashing that I usually served up whenever somebody tried me. My bad, Brit Brat said softly, which I have to admit threw me for a loop. I guess I shouldn't have expected her to trip, especially since she was the first person to even give this whole dance thing a chance. My feet are huge. I looked down. Whoa. When most people say that, well, first of all, I'm only used to them being boys. Boys around Barnaby Terrace like David Hunter, who at 10 years old wore a size 10 shoe. My mother said he had feet like rowboats. And if that was the case, then Brit Brat had yachts. How you even run with those things, I wanted to say. It's cool, is what I actually said. 1, 2, 3. But it wasn't cool because it kept happening. She would try to move them to the side, but they just were everywhere. Everywhere. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ouch! I had to adjust. Started taking bigger steps back in hopes of steering clear of those floppers. And it worked. But then she adjusted to my adjustment and still caught my big toe. Whoa. Very good, ladies. Now I want you to take one step back. Hold your pose, but separate yourselves from your partner. Coach Witt instructed, the song now fading out and a new one beginning. The sound of claps came from the other end of the track. I cringed, already knowing what was happening. But I had to look anyway. And there they were, Ghost and Lou, slapping their stupid hands together like clowns. Dancing with the Stars, Patty, Lou yelled out. And before I could say anything, and I was going to, Coach, like Coach, started laughing too. He had been working with the boys' relay on the field and was now walking toward Lou and Ghost, letting out the nastiest cackle ever. So loud and ridiculous that everyone stopped what they were doing to watch him. He laughed and laughed, slapped his knee, patted his chest, and throwing back his head all the way across the field until he reached Lou and Ghost up by the 100-meter start line. He threw his arm around both of their shoulders. They were still chuckling. Then Coach whispered something in Lou's ear, then in Ghost's, and then they weren't smiling no more. Coach pulled away from them and took a few steps back. Ghost and Lou looked horrified. But then they faced each other awkwardly, took each other by the hands awkwardly, held each other barely around the waist awkwardly, and did their version of the waltz. Whoa, I almost passed out. And I wasn't the only one. Everyone started losing it. Come on, fellas, stay on beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I yelled, snapping my fingers on count. Brit Brat jumped right in, and so did Crystal and Deja. Even Wit joined us. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we all chanted, eventually leading to everyone chanting, all the runners, even Sunny. Then we were all singing 1, 2, 3, waving our arms around like conductors. I don't know why, it just seemed appropriate. Watching Lou and Ghost waddle side to side like toddlers who had just pooped their pants. Okay, ladies, Wit cut us off, still laughing, and tried to wrangle us back in. Let's refocus. We all regained our composure and tried to reposition ourselves before waltzing. Just as we grabbed hands, Coach Witt said, "We're going to do the same thing, but this time, let go of each other's hands. Separate yourselves so that another person could fit in between you." Ooh. So let's stop there. Well, the ladies and the gentlemen, everybody is doing their own separate thing. The people who are the sprinters, sprinting, the people who are long distance runners working on endurance, but the 2 relay teams, they're learning how to work with each other. The boys are running, but the girls are learning the waltz and how to lead and how to follow. But now they're about to put someone in between them. I wonder how this teaches the relay. I gotta ask my mom. My mom used to run track. I wonder if they did stuff like that too. I'm gonna ask her tonight. I'll let you know the next time we come on. Well, my friends, we are at the end of our fabulous FRI-YAY broadcast. So glad for all of you who were here with us this evening. Have a great weekend. Have a lot of fun. I think that it might rain a little bit next week, and it's going to get a little cooler. So if there's some sunshine outside and clear skies this weekend, make sure you get out and take advantage of it, okay? Until then, my friends, I will see you next time. Have a great weekend, and I will see you right back here on our marvelous Monday broadcast of Miss Hope's Reading Hour. Until then, I will see you next time, and I will let you know